They're suing me for something I didn't do. It's just the most bullshit thing. And I literally had to pay them a lot of fucking money.
Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis canceled.
You know, they just decided to pull the plug.
The moment the lawsuit hit the court clerk's desk, the entire boxing world froze. Jake Paul, the internet-made disruptor, had just been dragged into a legal firestorm by Gervonta "Tank" Davis. And this wasn't some routine contract dispute. This was a detonator wired to pride, ego, millions of dollars, and a reputation collapsing in real time. What was supposed to be the dream matchup of the year had transformed into one of the ugliest, most humiliating scandals modern boxing has ever seen. If you're watching this, don't blink, because what comes next will change the way you see Jake Paul forever.
So that fight that was supposed to go down with Jake Paul and Gervonta "Tank" Davis in Miami on November 14th is not happening. It has been canceled officially.
Just months earlier, the atmosphere was electric. Jake Paul, the loud, rebellious YouTuber-turned-boxer, was set to face Gervonta Davis, one of the most explosive punchers alive. Netflix was backing the event. Millions were on the line. Fans were circling their calendars. It was shaping up to be the fight that blended pure sport with Hollywood spectacle. Two empires clashing for dominance.
Because you have someone that we come from two different sides, like, of the world. We still on the same path to get the same thing.
Tank Davis is not a man you casually walk toward. With a 93% knockout rate, one of the highest among active champions, he is a ruthless technician. A man who doesn't fight for clout. He destroys for legacy. For the first time in his career, Jake Paul wasn't staring down a retired legend or an influencer with gloves. He was facing a predator.
One of the most feared punchers in the sport of boxing. He's got a 93% knockout percentage. That's one of the best among current world champions.
But then the applause faded. Quiet at first, small murmurs from people close to the promotion. Texts between insiders late at night. Subtle tweets from journalists who've seen this kind of PR smokescreen before. Something wasn't right, and whatever it was big.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis team fights back. After Jake Paul canceled the fight, went on a tirade.
The story Jake spent weeks crafting, his tale of moral outrage and last-minute cancellations, crumbled instantly. Netflix never canceled anything, not a single thing. And when Tank's coach, Kenny Ellis, dropped the bomb, Jake got scared. The entire PR machine shut down. One sentence. Clean, brutal, devastating. And this was only the beginning.
I never let myself go there. You know, I'm a fierce competitor.
Tank's team is now fighting back, and they're stating that Netflix did not, in fact, cancel the bout.
Then came the secret Jake hoped no one would uncover. The contract required 195 pounds, but Jake wasn't even close. Insiders described him as sluggish, unfocused, out of shape, while Tank sharpened himself into a lethal weapon. As fight week approached, anyone paying attention knew the truth. Jake Paul was walking straight into a knockout. When Ellis repeated it, Netflix didn't cancel. Jake did. He was scared. The internet exploded. But when the real footage surfaced, everything changed.
He has made a significant impact on the sport of boxing. He has certainly brought new eyes to the sport. He's done so much in uplifting women's boxing.
Fans began asking the questions Jake hoped they would never ask. If he truly cared about morals, why did he fight Mike Tyson, who had a criminal past? Why Mike Perry, who faced multiple domestic allegations? Why were those men acceptable, but Tank Davis suddenly the moral line? Why now?
They called Gervonta Davis the Tank for a reason. He only needs one shot to end the entire night.
Davis, big straight left, down goes Campbell.
Jake's so-called moral high ground evaporated. Every dramatic tweet, every Instagram speech, every stage statement, it all looked like a shield. A perfectly timed escape route. Fans connected the dots. The standing up for women speech wasn't courage, it was strategy. An exit plan disguised as virtue. And once the illusion broke, there was no going back. Jake wasn't stepping away from danger for morality. He was running from a fight he knew he couldn't win.
Jake fought a guy who was his age and was also considered a boxer, and he lost.
It just pisses me the fuck off. And then
you're good. Take a break.
By this point, Jake's reputation was crumbling. He wasn't facing retired athletes or part-time fighters anymore. He was facing a world-class knockout machine who destroys careers, not just headlines. Jake's PR team tried to flip the narrative. He wasn't scared. He was taking a stand. He wasn't backing out. He was being responsible. And for a moment, it worked. But now that lie is circling back with teeth.
Jake Paul took that and ran with it and then used it as a catalyst to stain Tank's name but not have to fight him.
And then, when Jake Paul thought the worst was over, the lawsuit hit like a sledgehammer. Gervonta Davis didn't post a rant. He didn't make a Twitter thread. He went straight to court. A 40-page legal assault accusing Jake of defamation, breach of contract, and intentionally sabotaging a multi-million-dollar event with lies that were never meant to protect anyone, only to protect himself. The filing didn't sound emotional. It wasn't reactionary. It read like something crafted in a war room by people who came to win, not negotiate. Inside the courtroom, the language was cold and unforgiving. Jake Paul knowingly misled the public. Jake Paul fabricated claims of cancellation. Jake Paul weaponized morality for personal gain. According to Team Davis, Jake didn't just back out of a fight. He launched a public smear campaign designed to make Tank look like the villain, all while quietly pulling the plug behind the scenes. And if they prove that Netflix never canceled a thing, Jake won't just owe money. He'll owe millions. Damages, penalties, legal fees, lost revenue, reputation costs. The kind of financial hit that can make even the biggest social media empire tremble. What makes it even darker is this. The lawsuit claims Jake's moral stance wasn't a mistake, wasn't confusion, wasn't miscommunication. It was calculated manipulation, a deliberate narrative crafted to protect his brand from the one thing he couldn't outrun: fear. Because if the truth comes out, and all signs point to it, it won't just be a legal defeat. It will be the final blow to everything Jake built: the image, the persona, the empire. Fans thought the drama ended when the fight got canceled. They thought the story was over when Jake posted his last emotional video. But this lawsuit, this is a whole new battlefield, one Jake never trained for. No headgear, no gloves, no ref to save him. Just lawyers, evidence, and a truth that hits harder than any punch Tank Davis has ever thrown. And as the courtroom lights flicker on and the cameras gather outside, one thing is clear. Jake Paul isn't fighting for views anymore. He's fighting for survival. This is how the real story begins.